Rightio then, here we are again. Now we're going to be looking at the Renault the Renault Trafic key this time. Now my one is for a 2011 van, 2011 Renault Trafic. So I don't know. I know the older ones had the same key. I don't know whether the newer ones have the same key as this. But anyway, now this is the current one that I'm using, and as you can see, the buttons are starting to wear in. They're starting to go, just starting to go. Now it's alright like this, but if you let it get really bad, it gets like this, which is the first one I was using. This is actually the spare key, and when this one got bad I went over to the spare key, and now that's doing the same. But if you let it get really bad, that's what happens. I didn't tape that together, that was taped together a bit when I bought the van. I bought it when it was about 1.5, 2 years old, I think. So, and what happens is you lose that little micro switch thing down there. Once you've lost that, you're in trouble, because then you've got to buy a new one and solder it onto the circuit board, which is a pain in the backside. So my plan is to put the new one on this key, and then put this one on this one, and have it as a spare. But anyway, let's see how we take it apart. And to take it apart, you're going to want your trusty flat bladed screwdriver, the same one as you had when we done the Jaguar key. If you haven't watched or have no interest in watching the Jaguar, how to replace the Jaguar key and how to program it and everything, then well, that's fair enough. So when you buy these, I bought one with a blade as well. I thought, you know, why not? Not make any difference. I think it was like £2.80 for this, with a blade, no buttons and everything. So we'll put that aside. Now we've opened up our new one. Now you want to get your old one and do the same thing with the old screwdriver. Now you want to try to keep the battery in it, because if the battery comes out, I'm not sure on this one. I know on, oh you bastard, I know on the Jag I had to reprogram the key to it when the battery came out. So I don't know with these ones if you have to reprogram the key or not with these Renault Trafic keys. Don't know whether you have to pair it back. So my plan is to try and keep the battery in it. As long as you keep the battery in there, you have no problems whatsoever. I've just got to try and keep the battery in there. Right, so make sure you keep the battery in. I just had to, you see a jump cut there, I had to go and see it to the door. Yes, I am bleeding, so I just stabbed myself with a screwdriver. Anyway, so where are we? We've got this. Now you want to get your blade out, because you want to change your blade over to your new one. Now you've got a little thing in there. See that little piece of plastic there? Get your screwdriver under it and just lift it up a bit. You see, I've just lifted it up a little bit. Now you will need a pair of pliers for this. I forgot to mention it, but you need a pair of pliers. Get hold of it. Once you've lifted that up, then you're about to just pull that out like that. Now you might say to yourself, why don't you just keep this bit and put a new top on? Well, the way I see it, if you bought the whole thing over there, if you bought the whole lot, you might as well change the whole lot, mightn't you? Now you just want to get your blade. You can clean it a little bit if you want. Put a bit of blood on it. Get your blade, put that back in the new one, like that. Sorted. Now you've got your blade in now. It's probably ran the other way before, but never mind. Now you want to carefully take out your PCB board without getting the battery out of it or anything like that. Because like I said, I'm not sure whether you have to reprogram these once the batteries come out. Some car keys are automatically programmed, they stay programmed to it, and some don't. So I don't know whether these ones do. But you should be able to just snap it like that. I do believe at one point there was some keys that were sold, well they probably still sell them, they don't quite fit and you had to do a little bit of adjustment to the board. But these ones I've got, luckily, you don't have to do any adjustment and they just pop straight in like that, and as you can see that's nice and snug in there. Now your little button should all be attached and everything. It might have been the older ones for the older keys, I don't know. So simple now. It's all, you know, it's all together. Get your back bit of the key and your front bit. Snap it all together, all around. I think that's done pretty much. Like that. There you go. You got yourself a new key. The little light won't light up. That's not a light. That's for if you've got one. If you've got a PCB board with a light, you can drill that little hole out, and then you've got your light there as well. But my key doesn't have a light anyway. So there you go. That's how you do it. I'm going to do it with my other one now. Put my old ones, that one, on this one, and then this one is going to be my spare key, and then this one is going to be my main key. But yeah, sorted, job done. Now also you know how to change the battery as well, didn't you? Simple. But I don't know if you have to program it after that, who knows. And don't stab yourself with a screwdriver because it hurts.